Happy Thursday, everyone. All right, I'm back. It is another IG Live with me. And who am I? If you're like, I don't know who this person is, well, welcome. I'm your new Tell It Like It Is best friend, personal trainer, nutrition coach, and hormone specialist. My name is Lisa. I have been in the health and fitness field for 17 years. I have literally seen and done it all. I have trained hundreds and hundreds of women, and I am here today to talk to you about hormones and your diet. All right, so everyone is so quick to blame their hormones if they're not losing weight, especially in perimenopause. But what if it's actually not just your hormones, but it's other things? So today I want to talk about how to fuel your body so that you can balance your hormones and lose that belly fat you so desperately want to. All right, so I have 3 things I'm going to talk about today. We're going to just jump right into it. If you have questions, leave them below in the chat and I'll get to them at the end. All right, first off, number 1, your diet. So your diet is key to balancing hormones and losing belly fat in perimenopause. If you are eating too low in carbs or too low in calories, your body won't lose fat. Now hear me out, friends. Carbs are your new friend. They are not your enemy. In fact, your hormones need carbs to properly function. When you eat healthier carbs like fruit, potatoes, rice, oatmeal, vegetables, your body produces insulin, which helps move nutrients into your cells, including your thyroid. Your thyroid controls your metabolism, and your adrenals, which help regulate stress. Without enough carbs, your body can go into stress mode, spiking cortisol, which is the belly fat storing hormone. It can mess with your sleep. It can throw off your mood and energy. So for women over 40, carbs also help keep estrogen and progesterone more stable. This is huge, especially during perimenopause. So cutting carbs does not balance your hormones. It often makes things worse. Smart carbs equals balanced blood sugar, which equals balanced hormones, which equals better fat loss results. All right, number 2 is exercise. Now, I have a lot of my clients that come to me that I wouldn't say they love to exercise, but they exercise, right? Like they are the people that exercise Monday through Friday. They're like the fit warriors. They love group exercise classes. And here's the thing. As we get into perimenopause, so if you are 40 and older, all of those group exercise classes and long form cardio, I'm talking about like Orange Theory type classes, F45 or Fit Body, is that what that's called? Those are like long form HIIT classes. So they just don't work for you anymore, okay? Because if you are doing a lot of HIIT, like a lot of HIIT for a long period of time, you're doing it 5 days a week, that is not working for you anymore. It could be spiking your cortisol level. But not just that, those types of workouts don't work for you anymore as we get into perimenopause. Your body does not want that anymore. Your body wants strength training. So what you need to focus on is lifting heavy weights. And I'm not talking about body pump. Seriously, can we stop with that? Okay? Like, that's not lifting weights. Lifting 5 pounds for 45 reps is not building muscle, people. Okay, it's called endurance. That's building endurance. If you want to build muscle and change your body and burn belly fat, you need to lift heavy weights. And a heavy weight isn't 5 pounds. Okay, so you need to lift heavy weights. You also can still do HIIT, but we're not going to do it like Orange Theory does it 5 days a week for 60 minutes at a time. You can do HIIT for like 20 minutes a couple times a week. And that's all you need to do. Coupled with 3 to 4 strength training sessions, your body is going to change. And I know people come to me and they're like, I just don't know. I just don't know if I can walk away from my body pump class. Give me 6 weeks. And if I don't change your mind in 6 weeks, you can go back to your baby weights in your group exercise class, okay? But give me 6 weeks and I will guarantee that your body is going to change and you're not going to want to go back to those baby weights, all right? Okay, and then number 3 is getting your labs checked. So there are some times when you're doing all the right things. You're fueling your body properly. You're eating the carbs, you're eating the protein, and you're doing the correct exercises, but it's still not working, okay? That's when maybe you do need to get your labs checked. Maybe you do need to see, are your hormones off? Like, is there something else going on in your body that you need to figure out? Because if you are having those perimenopause symptoms, right? Like, so for example, maybe you wake up in the middle of the night. This is a common one. People wake up in the middle of the night at like 2 o'clock. Generally, what that means is you're not eating enough food, specifically carbs. You're not eating enough food before you go to bed. And I'm not just talking about eat food at 10 p.m. and then go to bed. I mean like supper. Because what generally happens is women are like, oh, I can't eat very much food. So you eat just like a bird throughout the day, and then you go to bed and you wake up in the middle of the night because your blood sugar drops. So then your cortisol spikes. So then it wakes you up and you're like, why am I awake? And it's because you're hungry. So you need to eat your food. What I have found personally and with my clients is if my clients eat 50 grams of carbs with their supper, with their last meal of the day, obviously paired with protein and fat, it does help them to sleep better at night. I, for example, have a harder time sleeping on low carb days. So I have been playing around with how many carbs I need when I carb cycle, or maybe not even carb cycling, to see if that helps me to feel better. But if you're doing all those things and you're still not seeing results, maybe you do need to get your labs checked, because you might be estrogen dominant, and so maybe you need a little boost of progesterone. Maybe you need some progesterone to help you to sleep better, to help minimize those hot flashes or night sweats you might be having, to help with your crazy mood swings. And that's okay. I mean, maybe you have low testosterone, and having a little bit of testosterone might help you in a lot of areas. It might help you to build muscle. It might help you to recover from your workouts. It might help you with your sex life, okay? So it's not a bad idea to get your labs checked, because it's always good to know what's going on behind what we can see, because you can't see what's going on inside your body. So making sure you know what is going on inside so that you can get to the root cause of what's causing your imbalance that you might be having. Now, again, it might just be diet and exercise, but if you're doing all those things, I would recommend, and I do recommend to clients, getting your labs done by someone that knows what they're doing and knows what they're talking about, so that you can see, how can I actually fix this problem? Because you don't have to have hot flashes and night sweats and sleepless nights. That's not something you have to live with, okay? That's something that can be addressed through diet, nutrition, proper supplementation, and possibly taking, something that you might need through hormone replacement therapy. I don't know. That might be something you need, maybe not. But I'd love to hear any questions you guys have about this. Drop it below. And if you want my hormone guide, just drop the word hormone below and I'll send you over more tips. All right, have a great Thursday and we'll talk to you soon.